Hbar price for July confirmed by CEO Hedera, and what's next? We'll answer those questions and cover the latest Hbar news in today's video. Welcome back to the Crypto Intel channel. If you enjoy staying up to date with everything around Hbar, please give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll never miss updates, price predictions, and market analysis. So let's dive in. Right now, Hbar is sitting in exactly the kind of position where the market could once again find itself one step behind. Most investors are still waiting for the perfect confirmation, the perfect chart, the perfect entry, but crypto almost never gives anyone that luxury. The biggest rallies usually begin while the majority is still doubting, and the real fundamental changes are already happening behind the scenes. That's exactly why more analysts are starting to believe Hbar could become one of the most compelling infrastructure plays of the second half of 2026. And if the current trends continue, today's market could look completely different just a few months from now. As of June 30th, 2026, Hedera's biggest advantage isn't hype, it's fundamentals. While plenty of blockchain projects continue surviving purely on expectations, Hedera keeps quietly expanding its enterprise ecosystem, real-world asset tokenization initiatives, digital identity solutions, and business-grade infrastructure. At the same time, the network remains one of the most recognizable enterprise blockchains thanks to its governance model, which is backed by a council of globally recognized organizations. That's the kind of foundation institutional investors tend to notice over time. Another recent development has also brought fresh attention back to the ecosystem. News surrounding new initiatives involving Google Cloud has once again put Hedera back into the spotlight. No, headlines alone don't guarantee price appreciation, but they do keep the project in front of investors and reinforce the long-term narrative that enterprise adoption around Hedera continues expanding. Now let's zoom into the chart. Over the past several weeks, Hbar has continued trading inside a broad accumulation range. To newer traders, this probably looks boring. Price isn't making explosive moves. New highs haven't arrived yet. The hype feels quiet, but experienced investors know something important. The strongest rallies almost never begin from excitement. They begin from boredom. Crypto history has shown time and time again that long periods of low volatility following major corrections often become the launchpad for powerful breakouts once momentum returns. RSI on the daily time frame remains comfortably in neutral territory. The market isn't anywhere close to being overheated. If buyers begin stepping back in, there's still plenty of room for the trend to accelerate before technical conditions become stretched. MACD is also gradually recovering after months of bearish pressure. Selling momentum has weakened significantly compared to earlier this year. This isn't confirmation of a full bull trend just yet, but these are often the exact kinds of changes that appear during the early stages of a larger market reversal. Now let's get to the part everyone wants to hear, the price prediction. If Hbar can successfully reclaim and hold above the 0.11 to 0.12 range, the market would receive its first major technical confirmation that the accumulation phase may finally be coming to an end. Under that scenario, the first upside target would likely sit around the 0.14 to 0.16 zone. If the broader altcoin market enters a full bullish expansion during the second half of the year, the next logical target could extend toward the 0.18 to 0.22 range. And under the most optimistic scenario, continued enterprise adoption, growing institutional demand, expansion of real-world asset tokenization, a stronger overall crypto market, and increasing ecosystem activity. Some analysts believe Hbar could eventually revisit price levels far above today's valuation during the next major phase of the cycle. Of course, none of those outcomes are guaranteed. Every bullish scenario still depends on broader market conditions, Bitcoin's trend, liquidity, and investor sentiment. But what's becoming increasingly difficult to ignore is how many positive catalysts are beginning to stack on top of each other. So why is Hbar attracting more attention right now? Because the market is slowly remembering one simple truth. Real value usually comes from real utility. That's exactly where Hedera continues separating itself from many competing projects. While others are busy chasing the next short-lived narrative, Hedera keeps building infrastructure for enterprises, financial institutions, governments, and real-world business applications. Historically, those are exactly the kinds of projects that tend to outperform once institutional capital starts flowing back into the market. Looking at the bigger picture, the most likely scenario over the coming months remains a gradual recovery with healthy pullbacks and periods of consolidation. Straight-up vertical rallies look exciting on social media, but in reality, the strongest bull markets are built step by step. Every consolidation creates the foundation for the next breakout. That's exactly why the current structure actually looks healthier than an emotional pump fueled purely by hype. To wrap everything up, as of June 30th, 2026, Hbar continues to stand out as one of the strongest infrastructure stories in crypto. The ecosystem keeps expanding. Enterprise adoption continues growing. Institutional interest remains strong. and the technical structure is steadily improving. If these trends continue developing at the current pace, there's a very real chance that a few months from now, the conversation won't be about whether Hbar can rally. It'll be about why so many people failed to recognize the opportunity while it was sitting right in front of them. Because in crypto, the biggest winners almost never look obvious before they explode. They only seem obvious after everyone else has already missed the move. Your plans, hopes, and expectations are for it. The best and most engaging comment will be featured in the next video. Just a reminder, friends, informational and news videos are posted on the channel every day, so you won't get bored here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you're always up to date on all the latest news. And if you liked this video, please support me with a like. Your like is my motivation. Thanks to everyone for watching, and see you next time.